apparent racism. Let me take you to Missouri. A Missouri water park decided to turn away a black family and had no justification on record. Here's the video.
We had a very much
cancel on a kid's birthday party, a private party, because of
you're not comfortable.
Because you're not comfortable with what are you uncomfortable with?
Because we're black. Because we're black. Because we're black. Because we're black. Because we're black.
What makes you uncomfortable? I can respect you.
I got a lot of background to this story. So according to the report, the kids actually saved their money. They paid for this. It was prepaid. The individual who decided not to allow them to enjoy the festivities that they paid for simply felt uncomfortable with all of these black people, obviously. Let me give you background. Let's put up a picture of the family, all right? They never should have experienced this. Justice should be served quickly here. I was just in disbelief that this was happening, LaShawn Evans said of what was supposed to be her son's 15-year-old Noah and 17-year-old Isaiah Evans pool party. I was hoping to have fun with my friends before we start school again to end the summer. This was their money, said Chris Evans, the father. The teens claim they reserved a full facility rental and paid a month in advance with their own money. The water park's supposed reason for the refusal is this. Lee's Summit officials on Monday defended canceling a black teenager's birthday party over the weekend, saying about 500 teens, about twice the number planned, showed up at the Summit Waves aquatic facility. The contract to rent out the Summit Waves was for 250 people. But Chris Evans said the family had rented extra security and planned to limit the number of people allowed inside the 250. After 250, nobody could get in, a simple enforcement of the rules. Chris Evans said, we didn't have keys to the door to just come in and do what we wanted. The park officers' capacity to accommodate more than 250 guests. Let me get into that. Among its rental options, now check this out. The Aquatic Center offers after-hour party rentals of its entire facility for various size groups. A small group for 100 or less guests, medium groups 100 to 250, large groups 251 to 1,400 guests. So the facility can hold capacity 1,400 according to the website. So when they say, oh my goodness, we have a problem with so many black people at one time, well, your facility can hold triple that. There's more. Let's put up the mayor here, okay? So Lee Summit Mayor, his name is William Byard, urged the city and the city parks and recreation to reevaluate their approach and saying an investigation is currently underway. The city is promising also a full refund. Now, there was an update to this story, but before I get to that update, let me remind everyone, first of all, there's a protocol established. If you say, okay, 250 individuals, that's your cutoff, you don't simply stop individuals from engaging, you make sure that the cutoff is enforced. And if you're not going to be a jerk about it, if you have the room, well, you accommodate. That's what you do. You accommodate in situations like this. We're talking about children who saved their money, who made the responsible decision to engage in a controlled environment and have a pool party with friends and family members. These are good kids. And the employee only cited how uncomfortable she was with them. This is an update. We covered this initially when it actually broke. That judge that you see illegally incarcerated children. Juvenile court judge, let's put up her full picture because now this judge is going to retire. She should be going to jail. Tennessee judge who illegally jailed children is able to now retire and said she will not seek re-election. Let me give you some background to this judge who did this extreme deed. Since 2000, this judge, Donna Scott Davenport, has overseen the juvenile justice system in Rutherford County. That's Tennessee. But the county jail, get this, 48% of the cases referred to juvenile court, compared with the statewide average of only 5%. State Senator Heidi Campbell and State Representative Gloria Johnson said they would propose legislation that could result in the removal of Davenport. They started that process, all right? Now, let's fast forward. Once again, this was under federal review. A federal judge had to intervene. The practice was illegal. It did not fit the guideline of the state. However, she was still able to serve, and now she is able to retire. In Tennessee, state lawmakers, they actually did what they said they would do. The lawmakers have placed narrow limits on when children can be locked up prior to a delinquency hearing. But from 2018 to 2017, Rutherford County's juvenile jail instituted its own system. That's a different way of saying their own law, called a filter system, under which any child deemed a true threat could be detained. No criminal statute, no criminal issue, just if they are deemed a true threat, okay? Judge Davenport appointed the jail's director, who also reports to her. In 2017, a federal judge ordered the county to put a stop to this illegal filter system. The judge, Donna Scott Davenport, was at the center of the controversy over the arrest and detention of children in the county. That judge has announced she will step down this year rather than run for re-election. Earlier on Tuesday, ProPublica and Nashville Public Radio published a story about a move by some Tennessee lawmakers to remove Judge Davenport from her post. Well, they said they were going to do it if she did not resign. About an hour after the story published, Davenport, in an email sent by the county spokesperson, announced that she will not be running for re-election this year. Instead, she plans to retire when her current 8-year term expires this summer. She's still going to remain a judge until her term expires. Judge Davenport, in her retirement announcement, said, and I quote, "After prayerful thought and talking with my family, I have decided not to run for re-election after serving more than 22 years on the bench. I will always look back at my time as judge as one of the greatest honors of my life. And I am so proud of what this court has accomplished in the last 2 decades and how it has positively affected the lives of young people and families in Rutherford County." Now remember, what is her legacy? Her legacy is violating the law. Her legacy is incarcerating children who did not deserve incarceration whatsoever. They deserved rehabilitation, wraparound services, guidance, mentorship, but not incarceration. She did this. She was in violation of law. She is not being arrested. They're not going to take her to jail. She will be allowed to retire and still receive a paycheck after doing this. And then she has the audacity to tell everyone that she's proud of her service. Not apologizing, not stepping down in shame as she should, but she's proud of locking up damn near 50% of every child that went in front of her. That's insane.